Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Pro Trader and Plus. We're here for the oil open, our testing setup, and the U.S. market open. My name is Lee Goldstein, the trading director for 10-minute trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. Okay, give me a heads up, please. Let me know that you can hear my voice. I know it's a crazy question. If you can't hear my voice, you wouldn't be able to answer the question. All right, testing the mic, 1 2 1 2. Let's do that over again. Now you should be able to hear the mic. Give me a heads up. Testing 1 2 3. Let me know you can hear the mic. Anybody out there? Somebody? Anybody? Just give me a hello. Testing 1 2 1 2. Okay, thank you, TJ. Dan, thank you. And everybody, welcome a new member. Gear is here using the name Gear. A lot of new members this week. They will be rolling in. So everybody, you're always nice to everybody, so I don't have to say be nice. Everybody's always nice. Okay, let's talk about our oil open. We have a test that we're doing of a new setup because we really haven't been overjoyed with the oil open. It has not been, it really hasn't been working that great. Now, honestly, we've only been trading opens for a couple of months, maybe 2 months or so. Initially, we planned only to do the US 930 Open. And as we go forward, and I need to download something really fast, so bear with me. Um, as we go forward, things are fluid when it comes to the Open. As this magnet software gets finished, it may change completely the way we do the Open. Um, but I need to do a quick download, so give me half a second, please. I've been up since 5 in the morning doing a whole bunch of testing, which takes a lot of time. And I forgot to download the newest version of the software, so bear with me. And while I'm doing that, let me show you how to install software into the platform really fast. So what I did is right now I just downloaded our software. So make believe you just downloaded our software and it's in your download folder, okay? You have to know where downloads go on your computer. Generally, on a Windows computer, the last place you saved a file, that's where your downloads go. So let's say you saved a picture into your desktop. That's where your downloads are going to go until you tell them to go into your download folder. So if you have a Word file, you can open it, do a save as, and make sure you click download folder, and your downloads will go to your download folder. Let me see if I can make sense of that for you. So I have a WMM, a weekly schedule. File, save as, and then click on the left, downloads. Then when I save it, it goes to my download folder. Then all your following downloads will go to that folder. Okay? So I've downloaded the newest version, the test version of the Magnet software. I'm going to install it into NinjaTrader. Go to Tools, Import NinjaScript add-on. A dialog opens up. If you can't find the file, click your downloads. That's where it's going to be. I see it right here. I'm going to double click it. Okay. And now I'm going to get one more message. It successfully imported. So that's how long it takes to install the software into your computer. Then to call up the software, just right click your chart, click the word strategy, and now on the left, Magnet 2.0 is available. Let's get to oil. Oil, CL. I don't know the contract, so I just type the prefix, double click the future, CL future in the list, and it puts the correct contract 99% of the time on the chart. We are trading CL 1225. The new magnet is not ready. We're still at least 10 days away, easily, but working feverishly to get it done. I want to get it done. Black Friday is the goal. Black Friday is the goal. Um, so now we have oil on the chart before Black Friday is the goal. CL 1225 on the left chart, MCL 1225 on the right chart. Micro oil on the right, regular or full-size oil on the left. I did a little scalping this morning of gold. Um, what am I thinking? Okay, oil. We have a new setup. Oil's negative this morning. Always check. Don't just use net change display indicator, the free indicator in Ninja, to show you what the trend of oil is. That's not 100% accurate. That's just what it is from 6 p.m. last evening. That might not relate to the general trend over the past day. You just want to do a little bit of a deeper dive than only looking at the net change display. Most mornings, we take a look on a 15-minute chart. Oil is very bearish this morning. That's just the way it is. It's very bearish. Does that mean I'm only willing to take a short? Not really. No, because we do see changes very often being in direction that get made when oil, when any instrument, um, when any instrument responds to the current price. At the open, you can often get a change in direction, even if an instrument is extremely down, negative or extremely positive. It might be, a short change in direction because you're being pressured by the trend. That certainly is something you want to think about. It's certainly on our mind that there's probably going to be another test of the low for oil coming up shortly, right? There's a very good chance that that's going to happen. So this negativity could affect the open. It could make the open a little bit harder to trade. It might be a reason you want to reduce your risk at the open. These are things you need to think about when you make trading decisions. So for us, we're testing a new setup. So I'm just going to test it normally in my prop account, and I've lost a little bit of money in that prop account this morning doing some scalping. So we'll just keep track that I'm not starting at zero, but I'm going to set up our new range trade. So I'm going to right click the chart, click strategies, double click news trader, change the trade type to range trade. I just thought of something, but that's okay. I should have installed the new breakout also. Anyway, we are going to slide down to the range start time, and we're going to start this range at 8:59, 8:59 on the dot. Ticks above the range is 1, ticks below the range is 1. Show the graphics on chart. Show the range graphics on chart. So start the range at 8:59. The oil open is at 9. Ticks above the range are 1. Ticks below are 1. Show the range graphics on chart. Checked. Move up to range end. We're going to end the range 8. let me verify one thing real quick. Real quick. 90040. 90040. Okay? This is the whole point of our new setup. I'm trading two positions, one contract on each. My first target, target 1, 8 little ticks. Target 2, 20 ticks. Our stop is 15 ticks. 15 ticks. Should it hit my first target, we have our target 1 stop move feature. And I'm going to type in there BE for break even. If I hit my first target, my stop is going to automatically move to break even using the target 1 stop move feature. Then I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to choose the account that I'm trading in. And I'm trading in one of my prop accounts, number 23. And I'm going to give the trade a label, oil open. And you could call it oil open range. I like actually labeling it range CL. All right. I'm going to apply it, okay it. That puts it on the control panel. Make sure your strategy tab is checked. Make sure your chart trader is on the account you're trading. Okay. And then you can enable the trade and then slide your clock down so it's not in the way of the buttons. Secondly, put a reverse continue strategy. We're adding a second strategy. TJ, send me an email. TJ, send me an email. And just put in the email magnet trade. I want to talk to you about something. Right click strategy. We're adding a second setup. Double click news trader again. And now change breakout to reverse continuation. I'm just going to put a discretionary 1 contract, 1 position trade with a target of 20. Target 1 is 20 with a stop loss of 20. That's all I need to set up a reverse continuation trade, a position, a stop, and a target. Same account. I'm not going to use this trade until the market open is done. Same account, and I'm going to label it CL reverse continue. All right, everybody knows the deal that's been here for a while. Apply it and okay it. We almost always have 2 setups per chart. We almost always have a reverse continuation on almost every chart. Let's get a reverse continue on our MCL chart. Right click strategy, double click news trader, change breakout to reverse continue. Now, why not do 2 positions, 1 contract each position? Okay. Target 1 will make 10 ticks. Target 2 will make 19 ticks. Our stop will be 35 ticks. Remember, we're trading micros. It's $1 a tick. We're going to scroll down to the account, and I'm going to do it in the same account. I can do all these trades in my 23 this morning. And I'm going to label this reverse MCL continue. Apply it, okay it, put the MCL account on chart trader on number 23 and enable it. We're now ready to go. When you do a reverse continuation trade, good morning, Nit, we have a button that shows up, instant long, instant short, puts you in the market instantly using your trade setups. So it's much better and much smarter than just entering a random trade using the buy it market, sell it market of the chart trader. We do things with protection, with safety, with intelligence, with forethought. You don't want to just randomly trade without protecting yourself. All right? Do I want to take a short before this market opens? I'm really tempted, to be honest. But I don't want to try and outthink the market. Maybe it's reached its bottom and oil's going to start moving up. It's at very strong resistance or very strong support, $60. Good morning, Francis. Very strong support, $60. That's a magic number. All right. Now, we do have a bunch of very interesting things going on today. We do have Cisco's earnings later. Um, the bond auction, bonds are open now today. No more holiday. What else we got going? We'll stay here for the market open at 9:30. And I think that's pretty much most of the activity today. We will start early enough this afternoon to do an end of the day trade at 15:50 Eastern time. So a lot of good stuff going on. We should have more normal markets this morning. I'll show you a funny video if we have time. I was scalping the YM. I was scalping two different accounts this morning. Um, two prop accounts. One is my funded account that I've really, really not done a good job with. Not because of anything other than bad trading. I mean, it's not like I did dumb bad trading. I just did some bad trading. And that happens. Every week you're not going to do well. You're not going to get your scalps working. You're going to make mistakes. Um, but I'll show you a funny video. I was trading the YM, and it looked like it was just going to get ready to move up. I just was trading it to be bullish, and it did a magnet that I wasn't even paying attention to. And give me if someone reminds me in a few minutes to show you the video, it's kind of funny. It was like a miraculous occurrence what happened, but it's worth looking at. It was because I'm still laughing over it. So our range trade has been fixed already in the new version. If you notice, the range looks a little strange that way. I don't know if people like it that way. I like it when the lines go all the way to the right. That's the way it's supposed to work. Okay, now we're going to get our orders in 40 seconds, okay? Now, the rules are if we don't get a fill in 3 minutes, cancel the trade, okay? 3 minutes is the cancel rule. That doesn't mean you got to put it on manually, automatically for an automatic cancel. I'm not so interested in automatic cancels. I'm just interested in telling you what the rules are. 3 minutes, I will cancel if there's no fill. Is that likely to happen? No, we already got filled. I'm already filled. Am I overjoyed that we're filled at the low? Remember what happened yesterday? No, I'm not overjoyed that I'm filled at the low. Not at all. Our first target is only 10 ticks. Should I be a little bit impatient? I could move my target up if I wanted to. Notice that MCL is moving. It almost always moves the same. Sometimes, okay, we got our first target. I'm going to expand my second target. Now the stop, remember, it moved to break even. I'm moving it break even plus 1 tick just because I want to pay for some of the expenses of the trade. Now, if we get more follow through, then we'll make more profit. Right now, I'm up 8 ticks. So I'm not going to lose on this trade. I've moved my stop to safety. That's what I call moving my stop to safety. You don't have to move your stop to safety. The place that I would ultimately want my stop would be above the range. If I were trading micros, I would move my stop above the range. That's a good place for a stop in a range trade. All right, so look, we made 8 ticks and then it changed direction. And because my stop was moved to safety, it took me out. It doesn't mean it might still go back down. Now, one thing that's bothering me, that has been bothering me a lot while we've been trading lately. First, cancel your range trade. It's over. Uncheck it. The trade's over. You don't need it anymore. You can even remove it. Right click, remove it. Okay? You don't have to, but you can. Second things, when you set up a trade, right click strategy. If we look at our reverse forget it. Set up a new trade just for fun. News trader. Double click. And just leave everything the way it is and look down. I can't stand the line. The line that appears, the vertical line, it just seems to get in the way all the time these days. So under optional, show vertical line on entry, I may make that default unchecked. Unchecked may be default. Okay? How does everybody feel about that? Does that line bother you as much as it bothers me? So what am I talking about? If we set up a breakout and default show vertical line on entry is checked, when we turn on the breakout, and we are on sim now, we get a breakout, but hang on, it's not going to trigger because I got to make the time now. So I'm going to go back, make the time 0, make sure you're in sim. Make sure you're in sim. Also, make your bracket pretty big so you don't get triggered. So do your time at 0, make your bracket 30. Optional, show vertical line on entry is checked. Apply it, okay it. So watch what happens when I put on a sample breakout. We get that crazy line. That line is annoying me and it's in the way all the time. Turn off your trade, right click your chart, click strategies, go back to breakout, go to optional, show vertical line on entry, unchecked. Now, Nitin likes the line, so leave it checked. Lately, I can't stand it. I used to love it. But now, when I turn my trade on, I still get the location of where the line would be. Okay? Let me show you. The line would be right here where this little arrow is. Okay? That's the current price at the moment. Okay? So that's where the line would appear. So if you're like me these days and you don't like the line, uncheck show vertical line on entry. It's not that big a deal. It's not going to change anyone's life generally. All right? But it is something that has been really annoying me lately. Okay. What annoys me even more is having put my stop to safety and given up some profit. See, now it's interesting. People are typing in, Roz likes the line. It kind of steadies me. That's pretty meaningful. That's pretty meaningful. Anybody else want to chime in? I've only had three people chime in. I know there's a lot more people here. I would be very happy if we would have better, better participation in the room from more people. Yes, I'm complaining. I want more participation from more people in the room. So start typing. Start typing or I'm coming for you. All right. So now, what do we have going on now? No rants today. No rants today. Um, Oil's heading down, so I'm sorry I moved my stop to safety. Now, you can use some tools to decide if you want to move your stop to safety. You can look at the squeeze, right? You can look at the squeeze. If the squeeze is working in your favor, right? Don't move the stop to safety. That might be a reason you don't move your stop to safety. You could look at the net change display. If it's been growing in negativity, don't move your stop to safety. Okay? If you're making new low after new low after new low, that's a time when you might consider moving the stop to safety because the hard decision when you're making new low after new low is when are those going to end? That's the hardest part about taking reversal trades at a level. Sometimes you get one or two simple little tests and it changes direction. Sometimes it does what happens here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new lows were made before there was even an indication that there might really be a change in direction. You had a little bit of a fake out here. Not enough to make any money on, I don't think. 8 ticks. Nope. So it is one of the issues of behavior at lows and highs. Yesterday, given it was also a holiday, um, my MNQ got stopped, Roz. I think in general, the MNQ and NQ was pretty poor yesterday morning. Should be better this morning. So I can do a very small little rant. Did you know that if you put eggnog in your coffee, it makes it really hard to keep the coffee hot? I don't know why that is, but it makes it really hard. My coffee will not stay hot because I've added some eggnog into it. It's really, you talk about using a creamer that's delicious. Eggnog is the best. All right, let's go over to the MNQ. It's a creamer. I'm using it as a creamer. It's delicious. I can't drink anything at full strength. So, for instance, if I buy lemonade, right? Let's say you buy lemonade. I cannot drink unwatered down lemonade. I have to water down any drink that I buy. Like if I buy a bottle of fruit punch, let's say, or even orange juice, it's all so strong for me. I have to water it down at least 80% water. So if, in other words, if I buy orange juice at the store, I have to mix it. I have to add 80% water to it. It's just too much. I don't enjoy the intensity of it being so strong. If I drink lemonade, it's just so sweet to me that I have to water it down at least 85%. And even if it's, unsweetened, I mean, not unsweetened, but whether it's real sugar or not real sugar, that's not the issue. It's just too sweet. I can't drink it. No, eggnog, I'm talking non-alcoholic eggnog, just the regular eggnog that you might buy like in the supermarket. I guess, yeah, a lot of people think, no, see, I never drank alcoholic eggnog, hardly ever. That's like Kahlua and cream. A lot like having a Kahlua and cream. That's really sweet. But eggnog is so thick and so sweet that I like to mix it. It's nice as a creamer. It's delicious as a creamer in the coffee. Preheat the eggnog in the microwave. I'm a big microwave lunatic. I would probably enjoy that. Hot eggnog would be delicious. That would be delicious. All right, we're going to go to our next set of charts. I'm dying to trade silver, you guys. I'm absolutely dying to try everybody's silver open. But I think I'm going to do just a standard, a very standard market open this morning. We've got MNQ on the left. That's a good question. Has anyone looked at trading silver at the gold open? And is that the silver open as well? Has anyone looked at the time that silver opens? Anyone out there? So let's take a quick look. Let's use our friends at Chat GPT. All right. What time does the silver futures market open in the morning? And what's our symbol? SI? We're 1225 right now. Everybody, are we 1225? Must be. Right, and there is a micro SIL. Silver is $25 a tick. I truly hate ChatGPT. It's really, really stupid. Really stupid. What time does the silver futures market open in the morning? Now, maybe I should have said, I mean each day, not the previous PM open. Same as gold, everybody, which is what I thought. Same as gold. 820. Okay? It's good to know. Good to know. MNQ on the left, 1225. MNQ on the left, 1225. Right now, looking bullish. If you just look at your net change display, YM 1225 on the right at the moment. YM 1225. And waiting for the market to move a tick. So we'll see the net change display. Putting a reverse continue. YM's up 116 ticks. 116 ticks. The gold open at 820. Gold once again. I'm looking at the MMQ. Let's look at gold. 1225. 820. Gold once again. Unreal bullishness out of gold. Over 4,100, which is amazing. The gold open at 820. Best to look at a 1 minute chart. Now I got to scroll back a little again. This morning's gold open looks like it would have been tradable to the upside. All right. Looks very nicely tradable to the upside. That's going to happen. There's going to be a few that are tradable right at 820. All right, MNQ. But you guys are saying silver did not look that good. SI 1225. Silver is only for experienced traders who don't mind risking $25 per tick. Now, the silver open looks like it would have been tradable. Who says it didn't? Who said it didn't? Um, it looks like now you can't tell on a 1 minute chart. Don't ever forget that. You cannot truly tell on a 1 minute chart. You must do a deep dive. You must do a deep dive if you're looking for definitive information about the way an instrument moves. And I'll do a webinar on it. Yeah, you got to look at a 5 range chart or a 1 range chart, depending on the instrument. You need to see almost every tick of movement, or you're not having a real look at the way the instrument moved. You can't see every move with the naked eye on a 1 minute chart. Okay, MNQ. MNQ, our market open setup. Click News Trader. It's a breakout trade. I'm loading my template. Going down to template, load. MNQ open. MNQ open. Let's find the right date on the template. 11/11, that was yesterday's. I'm going to right click it and rename it to today. 11/12, 2025, 25. And I'm going to load it. That also saves it. It's a breakout trade. 929.59 is our trigger. Our bracket is 35. I'm not telling you how many contracts to trade. Trade one position or two. I trade two. We have a target of 25 and 70. The stop is 100. And if the first target gets hit, I'm using target one stop move to break even. I'm going to move to break even minus 10 to try and stay out of the way a little bit. BE minus 10. Then I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to leave the account on sim for a moment and apply it. Right now we're on sim. I'm going to set my time to 0. Set my time to 0, apply it and OK it. Spread the chart a little bit so we can see the brackets. Turn on the trade, breakout MNQ, okay? It's in sim. That's a very large bracket. If you leave the bracket on, now keep in mind it's 0 time. The market thinks time has already passed. That's why it generated the brackets. If you leave the orders on, you could see it's not that volatile. We're not getting filled. I don't have to press the adjust button to recenter. I did it just there, but it looks like our 35 bracket should be okay. Canceling the trade. Right click, go back to strategy, highlight the breakout, go back to the activation time, back to 9:29:59, bracket of 35. I have a position, couple of contracts at position 1, couple of contracts at position 2. I'm using targets of 25 and 70. And now I'm going to put it on my market open account. And it's labeled breakout MNK open. Okay, MNQ open. Apply it, okay it. Don't forget to put your chart trader back onto the chart, the account you're trading on, and then turn it on. I also have a reverse continue that we used for oil, so it needs to be updated. Right-click strategy, highlight that reverse continue. It's micros, so I'll trade a couple of positions, a couple of contracts. Remember, it's after the open that we might use this. It's a discretionary trade. I'll put 40 ticks on the target and 75 ticks on the stop. It's a scalp, right? Micro. Two contracts at position one, a target of 40 and a stop of 75. Scrolling all the way down, I will put it on my market open account, same account, and I will label it MNQ, reverse continue, okay? And that way I just edited my oil setup. I didn't have to do it from scratch. Now it's labeled reverse. It's labeled MNQ reversal, okay? We have one more setup. I'm going to get rid of it, I think. Oh no, let's modify our MCL that was on the right chart. Darn it, the YM is testing highs. We have a reverse continue on our YM chart that we were initially using it when the chart was MCL. So go to strategy. We're going to modify it. It's the only strategy available. And I'm going to trade just one YM reverse continue. And I'll do a target of 25 ticks and a stop of 30 ticks. Remember, this is just a discretionary trade that I'm not even doing anything with unless I want to. 35 ticks in the stop. You can choose an account to trade that in. All right. Let's market open. I guess I'll trade it in my market open account. And it's labeled reverse YM. So let's put YM at the forefront. YM reverse continue. All right. So that's our YM setup. Now, we already just made the high of the day on the YM. The VWAP magnet, I think, is an excellent possibility. You know, you might get a little bit of a move to the downside. However, the odds this morning are better. They are better. Right now, it's looking like the market wants to go up. There's no phenomenal setup this morning on the YM. Why do I say that? Phenomenal meaning something that really pulls you in. If we were here, you know, down in this area at 908, where we had a possible magnet entry, that would have been good, right? Would have been an excellent magnet. It worked perfectly. There's no guarantee we're going to head to the VWAP. You can put a YM VWAP magnet on if you want, or we can wait for a change in direction. Aftershock reversal squeeze, we're calling it. This is a potential aftershock reversal squeeze, but it's not a good setup. Why is it not a good setup? Because we're trending rather up, right? On the YM, if we do a little bit deeper look at a 15-minute chart, even though it's choppy, the YM is absolutely trending up since 8 p.m. last night, okay? It's trending up. So I'm not dying for a short at the moment because it's trending up. It doesn't mean a short isn't going to work because at the open, we all know we get tremendous changes in direction. All right? We do get tremendous changes in direction. So you can play for the VWAP magnet if you wanted to, or you could just watch the YM, see if we get that reversal signal. All right, see if we get that reversal signal. I'm going to just put on, I'm not a big proponent of a short now because of the trend. All right. Cisco can be decent, Calvin. It's not beyond belief, but it's decent. I'm just watching the YM this morning. We have our reverse continue. It's more of a watch. Let's see if it goes and tests the VWAP, and we can cry in a corner about not doing the magnet. I'm going to watch, I'm going to trade the MNQ. MNQ is a potential VWAP magnet also, right? Also potential VWAP magnet. Now, we got a signal for the YM aftershock reversal, possibly right here. That's one possible signal right here. Another signal is right here. Not a lot of profit yet at all, okay, because the YM is pretty bullish. So I think it's a good signal. I would take many aftershock reversals. Many of those I will take. Taking it before the open is very interesting. You know, you get out before the open. That's one way to play it. And of course, you could stay in at the open and just keep your stop tight if you've got profit. Right now, it's got profit. We could look at our last Cisco before we leave, Calvin, if you remind me. You can look at the last Cisco. I think there's a possibility we test the VWAP. The market loves testing that VWAP, doesn't it? If it decides to go up, it won't. It's just, it's not that complicated. Okay, we hit our first target. I'd love expanding the second target, trying not to get too close. We tested the VWAP. We're breaking, trying to break the VWAP. YM is heading up, expanding the target some more, trying to break the VWAP, trying not to trail too close, expanding the target even more, big expansion now. I'll keep trailing as it keeps going down, if it keeps going down. Nice open. Not ready to go to the top. Way down I'm bringing my target because this market is really selling off. Interesting how the YM is pushing up. Tech is going down. Now it's probably going to whip us out. Let's see what we can get. Still trailing. Keep expanding that target. Why not, right? Why not keep expanding your target as it keeps trailing? I would be absolutely shocked out of my mind if this goes to the low of the day. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. That's where I'm putting my target. Down by the low. but I'm not going to move. I don't mean my target, I mean my stop. As it keeps going down, I'm going to keep trailing. I'm going to keep trail. It's a trail, trail, trail. This is a trail, trail, trail. Roz, we will decide together if you're going to get up for Cisco right after this trade. How about that? We'll look at the videos now instead of later. All right? Because I know it's a hardship to get up at 2 in the morning. We'll decide if it's worth it. I'm still trailing, folks. Top of the candle. Unbelievably interesting. YM going up, tech going down. And that was about, let me think for a second, that was a couple of $100 on micros. I only traded 2 contracts on target 1 and then 1 contract on target 2. And I was up, let's think I was up 195. So that was a buck and a half in micros. That was a buck and a half in micros on on the market open. Turn off your market open if it's over. MNQ breakout, breakout MNQ. And let's hear what everybody did if you're done trading. Francis, beautiful, beautiful trade. Really good. Calvin, you're so funny. Should have traded the NQ, of course, everybody. Now, magnet to the low, probably going to happen on the NQ. It looks like it. Looks like the NQ wants to continue. I'm going to keep my profits right now. I'm going to keep my profits. Francis, very nice trade. Francis made 172 bucks. Okay, silver did not work this morning. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen. Now, Nitin, silver worked for you. Um, so why didn't it work for TJ? What do you guys do differently? Or maybe just if it was whippy, then what happens is where everybody gets their orders placed is usually different. When a market is whippy, nobody's fills are the same. They're not always the same anyway, because it's just the nature of nobody can do, no two people are doing the exact same thing at the exact same time in terms of the nanosecond that their orders get placed on the chart. It's just not magic. It's variable. Those orders go on the chart at slightly different moments. And in a whippy market, that could be the difference between a winning trade and a trade that doesn't win. The YM, and I couldn't concentrate on it because I was in the middle of a trailing trade. It went up 206 ticks on the open. Very interesting, isn't it, when you trade on a day the market's open and when you trade on a holiday? The price movement yesterday was miserable, and it's a really good reason why you might want to follow the rule. Don't trade on holidays. You're just making it harder for yourself to make money. People don't say it. Some things are said because they're true. Some things are said because they're trading wives' tales, you know? So it's very different. It is different. Very nice, TJ. Okay, I'm done for this morning because we're going to look at Cisco for everyone. So taking a quick look at silver, SI 1225, just for fun. Silver really pushing up now. So silver at 9:30 is when people are trading it. I guess that opening candle was the whippy candle. The opening silver candle was about an 11 tick whippiness, but we only have a 10 tick stop. It's only a 10 tick stop. So if you look at silver on a much smaller time frame, if you look at it on a 1 second chart and go back to 9:30, that might give you a little bit better idea why it was not so easy. Let's see. So silver at 9:30. Go back to here. Right at 9:30 when most of you all start trading it. It was 8:15. So silver is one of those pain in the neck instruments that calculates in fives. It's unbearable when it does that. So you're better off using the ruler than the crosshair. If you use the ruler, you can see better. So when the market opened at 9:30, silver did go down 6 ticks. What's the bracket? Isn't that the bracket? 6 ticks? Yes, it is. So for some, oh, that's okay. It went 6 ticks. It filled down 6 ticks. Very, very low liquidity this morning, it looks like. And it only went up 11. But that would have stopped some people out. That would have stopped some people out. It's only a 10 tick stop. 10 tick stop on silver is $250. Okay? $250. It's much better to look at it on a 5 range. Okay? If you look at it on the range chart, you can just see the movement much, much better. So silver on a 5 range at 9:30, it was right in this area. I'm just trying to figure out why it was so difficult. So it went down a total of 33 ticks. So I'm a little surprised why it was hard to make money on this morning. I guess it would depend where you would have gotten filled, but let's leave it at that for the moment. Right now it's on a tear to the upside. I don't know that there's any news right now that's making silver, and probably gold is pushing up also, is my guess. GC 1225. Not like, yeah, gold did that same push off the VWAP and the PP, right? There was some Fed commentary, but that was not right now. That was a while ago, a few minutes ago. Anyway, Cisco, everybody. Is Cisco worth trading? Is Cisco worth trading? That's our question. Okay. Is Cisco worth trading? So give me a minute. Let me pull up a couple of videos. Cisco releases So the first thing I look at, if someone asks me a question, is this stock worth looking at? Is it, if we hadn't traded it before, would it be worth even looking at? Now, while I'm talking, I'm getting videos, okay? So if a company releases exactly at 4 p.m., I I'm not trading it because we don't get reliable enough data feeds where I can, at least I don't, where I can put orders on exactly at 4 p.m. and not have a problem. The odds of having a problem are very high exactly at 4 p.m. It's been my experience that I sometimes need 30 to 45 seconds before I can get a decent trade on at the open without data feeds freezing. Okay? So that's something to understand. Now, look, Nitin is saying the market opens, market closes have been good lately. Um, Now, I've been hearing from more than people just using Bullinox Nitin, so I don't necessarily think that it's Bullinox only Nitin, but what are you using? What are you using for your 4 p.m. trading? Thanks, Francis. Legends. And are they using what software? What software? There's so many companies, folks, that it's reaching a point of insanity, insane craziness with all these prop accounts. There's so many. It's very difficult to choose. Very difficult to choose. So why do you like them, Nitin? I mean, they're using CQG. That's basically Bullinox. Rhythmic, CQG. Are they any different? I've never heard of that one. That's one I've not heard of. We'll take a look. We'll take a look. All right. Let's get into Cisco for a moment. First thing I look at, what time is Cisco releasing? So I go to earningswhispers.com, do a quick look. Right, Bullnox is rhythmic, CQG is CQG. I get it. I get it. I don't know how different they really are, but we'll have to test. We'll have to try it. We know that rhythmic is very problematic. I mean, that's the reality we're having. Lots of people are having rhythmic data feed issues. It's just, it can't be denied. We see it often. We see it often. What I'm saying, though, is that we've seen it through many other companies and many other data feeds. It has not been only rhythmic. It's been lots of times fast moving markets. But some data feeds are probably better than others. And obviously, we're always struggling to find out which one is better. So hang on 1 minute, folks. I want to thank everybody who joined us on YouTube. Thanks for streaming with us. We're going to close our YouTube stream. We have a broken chat, so that's why we haven't been able to talk to you directly on YouTube. We'll be fixing that, so I apologize for that. Hit the like button, please, and the notification bell, and you'll know the next time we'll be here. Thanks for joining us on YouTube.